Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit. As if they make the wrong move and coast shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up on by the bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand, got this juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit. As if they make the wrong move and coast shit.
Hey, one West, one West, one West, one West, one West.
Coming up on my I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's one West. You can check the residency. I reside when soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS. A mean right. That's mean right. We build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit. As if they make the wrong move and coast shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up on by the bullshit.
West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team my all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one West rising to prominence. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group times for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been as proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going, I'm off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's worth the mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when the heat's on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had them niggas spin like a tire, but down the D, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to ignite, I'm winning, coming through with the title because I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. And it feel like Jeepers papers. Say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till death do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dawg? Guns and butter, baby boy. UPK top, dawg. Certified road
but you a gospelite, bitch. Fuck you talking about? If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade your line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a priest holding. Get a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit mugger. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade your line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating why the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're scoring off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I was talking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade your line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said, we ain't gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn whole ass bitch.
Bit of Israel. Imagine. The Posh I. Station registry.
The Posh I. Ban by Yumyan, Ban Yasharala.
The Posh I. Ban by Yumyan, Ban Yasharala.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrak Thumb.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrak Thumb.
La Yasharala.
Israel, the Majim, which means to stand.
Pakodom is to face the east. So.
is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Wadash.
Wadash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakuka.
Malakuka.
Baba'ah.
Baba'ah.
Ratazayaka.
Ratazayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Baratazah.
Baratazah.
Hawa. Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Nathan.
Lanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Cow.
Cow.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Kabayanawa.
Kabayanawa.
Wanasayawan.
Wanasayawan.
Ball. Hawashanawa.
Hawashanawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Lakab.
Lakab.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wadapara.
Wadapara.
I will love you.
I will love you.
Aman.
Aman.
The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth,
In earth,
as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Give us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our
As
debtors.
we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation.
Lead us not into temptation.
Deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil.
Thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. It's the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
By Hashem Yahushua.
Baba Kasha.
Baba
Kasha.
Thalanawa.
Thalanawa.
Akak.
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 Larpa'ah.
Larpa'ah.
Cow Makala.
Cow Makala.
Cow Marawa.
Yakal Manawa.
Akak.
Akak.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Hamatazariah.
Hamatazariah.
Akak.
Akak.
Lahaquium.
Lahaquium.
Amathium.
Amathium.
Akak.
Akak.
Arakawa.
Arakawa.
Atama'ala.
Atama'ala.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
This is prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
Power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against all unclean spirits.
The power against all unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahariya.
Al-Hahariya.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isariya.
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 Ain.
Ain.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Al-Yatan.
Al-Yatan.
Hamawat.
Lamawat.
Galka.
Agalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Anah.
Anah.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashun.
Yayashun.
Sharamar.
Sharamar.
Yasha'Allah.
Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Zalka.
Zalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yamawam.
Yamawam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
Ayakaka.
Ayakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Ayalagaba.
Walayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Karai.
Karai.
Yasamar.
Yashamar.
Afnapashka.
Afnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yasamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'aka.
Taza'anka.
Waba'aka.
Waba'anka.
Ayatah.
Ayatah.
I-Walam.
I-Walam.
This is Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
From which cometh my help.
From which cometh my help.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee,
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel,
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is our keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out,
Yahweh shall preserve thy going
and
out,
thy coming in,
and thy coming in,
from this time forth,
from this time forth,
even forevermore.
even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Tamayalaka.
Al-Tamayalaka.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Tashikwat.
Al-Tashikwat.
Al.
Al.
Yahanna.
Yahanna.
Wamiyabika.
Wamiyabika.
Hamayawan.
Hamayawan.
Ash.
Ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka.
Ira-Yamwa.
Ira-Yamwa.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Wayatah.
Wayatah.
Ya'ai-Tazawah.
Wa'ai-Tazawah.
Al-Tazabawanyaka.
Al-Tazabawanyaka.
Marwa.
Marwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam. Magoya.
Wala I.S.U.P.K.
Wala I.S.U.P.K.
Shum Yashala.
Shum Yashala.
I will die.
I will die.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Now I to the wall.
Wala I Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Lekadwa.
Auyaka.
Aulika.
Maria.
Maria.
Akaratwa.
Lakaratwa.
Ahawya.
Ahalia.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayasama Aliyam.
Wayashama Aliam.
Awaba.
Mawaba.
Wahagariam.
Wahagariam.
Gabal.
Gabal.
I'm one.
I'm one.
I'm a lot.
I'm a lot.
Palashah.
Palashah.
I'm Yeshabia.
I'm Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Dum Ashawar.
Dum Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Alawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Zerawai.
Zerawai.
Banya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Selah.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Amadyan.
Amadyan.
Kasiyah Sara'ah.
Kasaya Sarah.
Kayabyan.
Kayabyan.
Banakol.
Banakol.
Payashwan.
Payashwan.
Ashamadwa.
Ashamadwa.
Mayan Dara.
Mayan Dara.
Ayawa.
Hayawa.
Aman.
Laman.
La Datma.
La Datma.
Sayatangwa.
Sayatamwa.
Naliyabawa.
Abayabawa.
Kara.
Kara.
Wakataba.
Wakazaba.
Wakataba.
Wakazaba.
Wakatazalmanai.
Wakazalmanai.
Kau Nasiyakamwa.
Kau Nasiyakamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Ayarasha.
Ayarasha.
Malawa.
Malawa.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Sayatangwa.
Sayatamwa.
Gagala.
Gagala.
Kwatch.
Kwatch.
Lapina Raka.
Lapanya Wakwa.
Kaash.
Kaash.
Ira Yaira.
Daba Ira Yaira.
Wa Kalaba.
Wakalahaba.
Balahat.
Dalahat.
Hayaram.
Hayaram.
Khan.
Khan.
Naradapma.
Dadatma.
Kasa Irika.
Kasa Irika.
Wabasawa Pafka.
Wabasawa Pafka.
Tahabalam.
Dahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Palawan.
Palawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shaka.
Shaka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabahawa.
Yahawa.
Ayai.
Ayai.
Wayakaparwa.
Wayaparwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadarwa.
Wayaderwa.
Kaya Ata.
Kaya Ata.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Abadka.
Abadka.
Ayawan.
Ayawan.
Alkahal. Awakaza.
Alkahal. Awakaza.
The Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
Lo,
the enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a turmoil.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up their
have
head.
lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted
And consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation.
In the name of Israel,
In the name of Israel,
be no more
there
remembrance.
be no more
They
remembrance.
have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate
The
against thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
the Ishmaelites,
the Israelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
the Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre,
the inhabitants of Tyre,
Ashur,
Ashur,
also is joined with them.
also is joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of
They have
Selah.
hope in the children of Lot.
Selah,
Selah.
do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kishon,
at the brook of Kishon,
which perish at Endor,
which perished at
and
Endor,
became as dung for the earth.
and became as dung for the
Make
earth.
their nobles like a red,
Make them nobles like a red,
like Zaid,
like Zaid,
yea,
Yea.
all the princes of
all
Zabah,
the princes of
and
Sabbath,
Zamuna,
and Zamuna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of
the houses
Yahweh
of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
Oh my power,
Oh, my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as they stumble before the
as they
wind,
stumble before the wind,
as the fire burns the wood,
as the fire burns the
as
wood,
the flame set the mountains on
as
fire.
the flames set the mountains on
So
fire.
persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
make them afraid
and make them
with
afraid
thy storm,
with thy storm.
fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
that they may
shame,
seek the name.
that they may seek the
Oh
name.
Yahweh,
Oh, Yahweh.
let them be confounded
Let them be
and
confounded
troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to shame
Let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
the name alone,
the name alone,
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
the Most High,
the Most
of
High
all the earth.
of all the earth.
This is the prayer to bless Israel. In the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Wayashala.
Wayashala.
Wahabayah.
Wahabayah.
Ahariam.
Ahariam.
Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
Wada.
Wada.
Aman.
Aman.
This is the prayer to bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahushai.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
SARS, which means to turn. Shabi means to be seated. Shabi. All right, go ahead and clap it up. All right, Messiah in Christ. Hey, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yashad Barakatah. To the brothers, your house, Shemal, Athamba, Shimyan Shah. To the sisters, welcome to the Sabbath service here in Decatur, Georgia, 3353 Glenwood Road. I'm Officer 1000 Cars. On far right, we got Officer Hadar Moth and his mighty man in the middle and the Pashra Ab. Man, clap it up for the brothers. Again, welcome to the Sabbath service. Like I said, this is your Sabbath service. This is the day of rest. If you're able to get off work and off that slavery, we call work a slavery because it's like a slavery. You understand? So if you're able to get that day off and follow what the Most High God says, man, you should be making your way down here to 3353 Glenwood Road or to your nearest I.S.U.P.K near you.
Right.
Wherever city that you're in, we do have an I.S.U.P.K nearby. Understand? We have phone numbers and all those types of things that you can actually get in touch with us. The water for joining us from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, all the social media platforms that we have, man. Welcome. If you got any questions, type into the chat room. Type into the chat. We have some people that's looking at it, monitoring it, and we'll go ahead and answer your questions. If you're in the classroom, understand, if you're in the classroom, raise your hand, say Salaki, which means excuse me. If you don't know the Hebrew, just say excuse me. We'll go ahead and take your questions. So feel free to ask any questions, all right? Any questions. You want all that smoke. You got it. You understand? We're not like the Christian church. If you do have questions, we'll answer them, okay?
Right.
All right? Whether it be on topic or off topic. All right? Like I said, this is the Sabbath service, man. 7 days, the Lord created 6 days, he created the earth and got everything made forth. In the 7th day, he rested. You understand? So we should be doing the same exact thing. Here in the Sabbath service, you're going to see a number of things. You're going to see, we saw, we drank the wine, the blowing of the trumpets. These are all things indicative to being our culture.
Right.
This is our culture. You understand? Esau and the oppressor got their culture and how they do things. The Israelites, they got how they do things. Israelites, we have a way we're doing things, right?
That's right.
Understand? So we teach that the blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are the so-called Jews, actually are the original Jews of the Bible.
Right.
We are the true Jews of the Bible. Understand? And that we've been separate and holy from the Most High God. We've been called to that. No one else.
Right.
So if you're black, Hispanic, Native Indian, or First Nation, this culture that you're seeing is what we've always done.
Right.
We've always done this. From the beginning of time, the problem is that our history's been hidden from us. All right, but we're gonna give you back a little bit of that culture and that history as we go into the scriptures and bring out some things. All right. What we're gonna do is read the Lashawah Kodash. We're gonna read the Hebrew. That's our holy tongue. The first seven verses in the Hebrew. Then we'll come back and read in the English and we'll explain everything to you. All right. So we got your swords. I believe we left off in Deuteronomy 28 and 46. Yeah, 46. All right, and we're going to Deuteronomy 28 and 46. We'll start off there. All right, there you go. Shalak, you really want to say something before we get started?
No, sir.
All right, you sound correct. Do we have a phone number? Yeah, we got a phone number that we call in to the brother going to call in?
Sir, we
Okay,
do. That phone number.
We do have a phone number, so if you want to call in, go ahead.
So that phone number is 404-793-7180.
Do we have a StreamYard? StreamYard be set up? Oh, that's the podcast number. StreamYard. Okay.
You don't have it set up this time.
All right, let's roll. All right, Shalaki, we're gonna go ahead and roll. Nice and loud. We got that fan going. If you can't hear us in the chat, just type a 1 if you cannot hear us. If you cannot hear us, type a 1 in the chat. Or if you can't, I'm gonna put it this way. If you can hear us clear, put a 1 in the chat. If you can hear us. I want a response. If you can hear us nice and loud, put a 1 in the chat. All right, we're gonna keep going.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46 in the Hebrew. Wahayoah, Baka, La Hawath, Wa Lamawapath, Wa Bazar Ika, Ida, Salakia, I Walam, verse 47. Thakath, Ashar, La'ah, I Badath, Ath, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Ba Shamaka, Wa Batak Salakia, Wabat Wab, Wabat Tawab, Labab, Marab, Kal,
Verse 48. Wa'ai badath. Wa'ai badath. Wa'ai badtha. Wa'ai badtha. Ath. Aya Salakia. Ayabayaka. Ayabyaka. Ashar. Yashara. Salakia. Yashalak Nawa. Yahweh. Baka. Ba Ra'id. Wa Batazama. Wa Ba'ira. Ba'ai Yaram. Wa Ba'irayam. Wa Bakasar. Wa Baksar. Kal. Wa Nathan. Il. Ba Razal. Il. Tazawa'arka. Id. Hashamaya dawa. Hashamayad wa. Athak. Verse 49. Yasha. Yahweh. Ilyaka. Salakia. Goya. Wa Raka Yapa. Salakia. Ma Rak Wakwa. Ma Kwataza'a. Ha Arai Salakia. Ha Arataza. Ka Ash. Ka Ashar. Ya Da'a. Ha Nashar. Goya. Ashar. La'a. Tha Shamai. La Shanwa. Verse 50. Goya. Salakia. Aiza. Pa Nawam. Ashar. La'a. Yasha. Pa Nawam. La Zakwan. Wa Na'ira. La'a. Yakan. Verse 51. Salakia, last verse?
No, two more.
Two more. Salakia. Verse 51. Wa Akal. Paraya. Salakia. Bahamathka. Wa Paraya. Adamathka. Id. Hashamadka. Ashar. La'a. Yasha'ayira. Laka. The gun. Thayarawash. Wa Yataza'ara. Tazahar. Wa Yatazahar. Salakia. Shagar. Salakia. Alpayaka. Wa I Shathar Tha. Taza'anka. Id. Salakia. Ha Abaya Rawa. No, Dawa. Salakia. Ha Abaya Dawa. Abayad wa. Athyak. Salakia. Athak. Verse 52. Wa Hatazar. Laka. Bakal. Sha'ai Rayak. Id. Radath. Ka Mathayaka. Kamathyaka. Kamathyaka. Salakia. Ha Gad. Salakia. Ha Gabayawath. Wa Habatazaraya. Rawath. Ashar. Atha. Batak. Salakia. Batak. Bahan. Bakal. Aratazak. Aratazak. Wa Hatazara. Hatazar. Salakia. Laka. Bakal. Sha. Salakia. Sha'irayak. Sha'irayak. Bakal. Aratazak. Salakia. Aratazak. Ashar. Nathan. Yahweh. Alahayaka. Laka.
Last verse, 53.
53. Salakia. Wa akalta. Pariah. Batan. Salakia. Batanka. Oh, Salakia. Batanak. Batanak. Bashar. Banyaka. Yeah, kind of Banyaka. Wa Banya. Salakia. Wa Ban Thoyak. Wa Ban Thayak. Ashar. Nathan. Laka. Yahweh. Alahayaka. Ba Shama. Salakia. Ba Matazara. Tazawar. Wa ba Matazawak. Ashar. Ya Tazayakwa. Ya Tazawak. Ya Tazayak. Laka Abai Salakia. Ayabak.
Hey, one time, clap it up. I ain't gonna lie, there's some tough words in there, but you got it out. You got it out.
Okay.
All right, Messiah Christ. Let's go back to verse 49 and start there.
Kind of a
Hold on.
I think it was verse
No,
48.
48. Yeah.
Kind of a
Sorry, 46.
Kind of a verse 46. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46 in the English. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder.
Let's skip up one more. Just give a little clarity.
Kind of a
All right.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he command thee.
Now, prior to getting to this verse that we're getting into, this is the Lord is telling Israel, or Moses telling Israel, these are all the commandments that God has given us. And if we don't keep these commandments, all these things, these curses are going to come upon us. And as we read further, we'll find out all the curses. This is one of my favorite scriptures to break down, because this is what we're living, actually. We're living these type of scriptures. So when you hear us on the street corners, these is like our bedrock scriptures that we go to. And within these scriptures, you're going to find out, you're going to see yourself. If you're Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, you're going to see yourself in these scriptures, all right? You're going to see it, so it's going to come alive. And hopefully, by the power of the Most High God, I can bring it out for you to show them that, to show you where we stand with all this stuff. Continue reading.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
And when they say they shall be, they shall, what is the they? And they shall be upon thee. What is the day they're talking about? What is the day? Anybody? Give it a shot. Go ahead, bro.
Salakia, the curses.
Right. It's talking about the curses. And it said they will be on you for a sign. Anybody know what signs are used for? Signs are used to identify certain things. You're driving. You see a sign. Welcome to Florida. Welcome to Georgia. Let you know what's coming. You see signs that tell you yield to the right. Yield to oncoming traffic. Stop. These are all signs telling you what's going to come ahead of schedule. What's going to come before you. You need to pay attention to these signs. Just imagine you're driving down the highway and you see a merge to the right sign, and you don't pay attention to that sign that's merging left or merging right. What's going to happen? You're going to fall into some heavy traffic,
Right.
or you can kill yourself, have an accident. Signs saying don't fish here. Signs that don't feed the animals. These signs are telling you things. They're trying to be cautious and tell you that these things are coming.
Right.
And so they're saying these signs are going to be on you for a wonder, and upon thee for your seed forever.
Right.
That means these signs, if we don't hearken into these things, these curses are going to be on us through generation to generation. That's what forever means. Of course, you're not going to live forever here on this earth.
Right.
You're going to pass away, but your children lives on. So all the things that we pass down to them, that's why they'll call it a generational curse.
Right.
Because these things are passed down. If you're drunker than your family, you learn that from your father, you learn it from your uncle, your grandfather, whatever, and you see that behavior, then you start doing that behavior.
Right.
And you pass it down because your son see it. If you're unfit father, unfit mother, unfit whatever it is, your children sees these things. Even worse, if you're celebrating birthdays, if you're going to Christmases and all these things, you pass those things down. I didn't know. I came out the womb. I didn't know what Christmas was. I didn't know what a birthday was. I had no idea what this stuff was. Who taught it to me? My mother, my father taught me what these things were. They passed down them generation curses. So it's not just a whole scary thing saying, oh, it's scary, these curses. Curses can be Christmases, Thanksgivings, Halloween, all the things that the Lord told you not to do. Right. We pass those things down. I pass those things down to my children. So these are what we'll call, what people in the Christian pastor will call you generational curses.
Right.
Keep reading.
Kind of also was real heavy about this scripture. Understand when it said upon thy seed forever,
right?
Like just showing you how the Christian church will tell us, oh well, saying the law is done away with. But this right here is coming from the mouth of God.
That's right.
Through his prophet telling you that, hey, you need to keep this up.
Mm-hmm.
Stay with this. You understand? Right. Because if you don't, you're going to keep wondering why is this always happening to us?
Right.
You understand? As blacks, Latinos, and Asians, we're always wondering, Lord, why are we always on the bottom? Why are we always the ones getting killed?
That's right.
You understand? Because these curses are still upon us.
That's right.
It's still upon us, you understand? Coming from the scriptures.
And it is heavy that you brought it up, because if you actually look at birthdays, right? Look at people's death. You go to tombstones, look at people's death. They die right around their birthday. They was born a certain time, and people die right around their birthday.
Right.
So these are things the Lord is telling us, don't do these things. Go ahead, brother. Mm-hmm.
It's not just talking about the hard, the bad stuff that we're going through.
Right.
It's talking about, it's mainly talking about the law.
That's right.
They want us to endure the law to the end. They don't just want you to have stuff with the law or anything like that. They want you to keep that law until he wants you to endure it to the end.
And just elaborate what you said. I'm glad you brought that out. Because like you were saying, people always look at the bad stuff. We got to endure. But like you said, you got to endure Christmases. Not doing that.
Right.
You gotta endure that shrimp, pork, and lobster that you love so much. You gotta not eat it. Can't do it.
Right.
You understand? But these are all the things, like you said, the law is what we have to endure.
Right.
All right. So good point you brought out. Keep going, brother.
Verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God.
You don't want to serve the Lord your God completely in
with joyfulness.
We don't want to do that. Most time when you tell people the Lord said don't do this, they look at it like this. Oh man, I can't do this. I can't do that. But the Lord's trying to save your life.
Really. Right.
He's trying to save your life. I mean, we all got children. Most of us have children. So we know and tell us, look, don't eat that candy. It's too late. And when they do, I don't want to eat that candy. Then they mess around, got cavities. Now their teeth hurting. But I told you not to eat that candy. But you ain't want to listen to me. We're doing the same thing. We learned that from our father. How to tell our children, do what I ask you to do.
Right.
I'm telling you these things for a reason. I need you to stay in school and focus on your homework.
Right.
And then you get behind. Now you're struggling, trying to get up. Now you got to go to summer school. And, then you're missing out on all the fun, all the kids teasing at you because you got to go to summer school. But your father and your mother told you, pay attention in class. That was a sign. The teachers give you A's. They give you a scale to let you know where you are. These are signs. The Most High God gives a sign. The Lord doesn't just do things and we don't know anything about it. He forewarns us.
Right.
He forewarns us in these scriptures. He tell you. He sent prophets out to tell you. On the street corner, when you heard the I.S.U.P.K, right now it's all over Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. He's sending out signs to warn you, to let you know what's going on. These are signs. Keep going.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
By honoring the Lord and listening to him, you're going to get the abundance of many more things. The thing that you think is important is not really important. Just think about how many times you was downtrodden and upset about things, and it really wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that important. It was over with in a minute.
Right.
It's just at that time you was, oh man, the world is gonna come to an end. It passed, and then, like the Lord said, this too shall pass.
Right.
It's all passed. You just gotta, like the brother said, you gotta endure this whole thing to the end. To the end. Me and the brother was talking the other day. We was like, man, how do you come in and shalom Lord Christ and be all happy and cheerful? Because of what we just read, with gladness.
Right.
Despite of everything that's going on in your life, you got to be able to push that out and still being joyful and glad is that, for one, you got breath in your body. You're still alive. You understand? And two, just know that the Lord has got you. It's called the patience. And we want things like that. We're living in the information age where we want things to happen right away. Sometimes the Lord just don't work that way.
Right.
Unfortunately, he's not on our schedule. He's not on our schedule. So sometimes we got to be real patient, and it's tough for us to be patient. And it makes us, our conscience is low. Our conscience, it makes us real low. But you got to remember, it's cheerful and joyness and gladness in the Lord. He wants you to go through this. You understand? But you can come out on the other side unscathed. All right? Keep going.
Khan, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Who?
Serve thine enemies.
Your oppressor.
Enemies.
Elam.
Enemies.
Amalekite.
Enemies.
These are all your enemies. The Africans, the so-called who are them people? The Africans, the East Indians, the Arabs. These are our enemies. I know it's hard to say that those not. I know some good Indians. I know some good Africans. Okay, but we're dealing with nations, brother. Right. We're dealing with nations. You may know one good oppressor who did something fine, did something well to you. But I always say, if you have an oppressor, no matter who they are, a heathen, help you out, it wasn't because he wanted to help you. There's two reasons why he helped you out. One, he needs something from you. And two, the Lord's something to help you.
Right.
He's something to help you. Because if you're in your oppressive neighborhood, right, and your car break down, who do you think the Lord gonna send? Probably gonna send an oppressor to help you out. If you're full of in the Arab community and you need help because you need $1 or $2, and somebody got compassion on you to give you that $1 to pay for your grocery, well, guess who's gonna help you? That Indian. But the Lord's something. And other than that, they have no compassion for you because he just said there are your enemies.
Right.
They're your enemies. But because we get so misguided thinking that we do commerce with these people, that now they're our friends. And that's just not true. That's just not true. As hard as it may sound, that Edomite on your job, that oppressor on your job is not your friend. Right. They will rust. Right. They will rust.
Khan.
Just give them time. And you'll find out that you just been catering. You just been putting up with them. You've been just dealing with them. All right. But just say even if you don't, maybe they'll be great, good, oppressors till you pass away. That still was a blessing from the Lord for them to look out for you. Because it's not in them to do good. Right. The Lord is sending them. So that's when in scripture we say you got to worship the creator, not the creation.
Right.
You understand? All right, keep going.
And so like that's a very heavy point. And honestly, that's what was so good about somebody like Donald Trump being president. You understand? Because there were a lot of blacks, especially, who were caught off guard, understand, by the responses of their so-called white friends. A lot of blacks were caught off guard. Understand? They were shocked and surprised. A lot of them were hurt.
Facebook blew up. You saw that.
They were hurt. You understand? Because wow, my white friends actually feel this way. Like, yes.
They always felt that way.
They always felt this way. Yeah. But they were good as long as you were on the bottom. As long as you were, quote unquote, in your place.
That's right.
They had no problem with it. But the moment that you get out of place, you get out of pocket, you start getting uppity, you want to start doing things for yourselves and for your own people.
Yeah.
Now it's a problem.
But that's heavy. I remember, like you saying, those times I watching Facebook, and we had people I known for years saying stuff. And they're like, well, I thought you was my friend. I can't believe you said this. I'm looking like, what y'all thought? Now, at that time, I was in the UPK at that time. So I'm looking like, what you thought?
Right.
What were you thinking? They're going to be happy? But that's just what happened.
That's right.
This is what it is. But those are your enemies. And the Lord said right here, those are your enemy. You're going to serve these enemies. What's the Lord? Let's continue. Go ahead.
Khan. Which the Lord shall send against thee.
The Lord sent thee. That's how you know it's the enemy, because he sent them. He put them that way. So if the Lord's telling you, I'm sending you amongst your enemies, who are you to say, no, this is my friend?
Right.
It's just absolutely not true. I mean, put that into your own thing. If you cook something and you say, you know what, this has poison in it because I baked it. Don't eat this one. This is for the animal that comes in my yard every day in my trash. So I'm gonna give it to the animal because he's my enemy. I'm gonna kill him. Don't eat this. Why would you come right behind and say, no, it's not poison? Brother, I know I made it.
God, oh God.
I know what's in it. So the Lord knows who your enemy is.
That's right.
So
Right.
you just can't believe these Christian pastors. Anyone who said, no, we all ain't enemies. And someone will say, oh, now y'all just being like the KKK. Y'all speaking hate. The Lord is speaking hate.
Right.
If we're speaking hate, then the Lord is speaking hate because he said, I send the enemies amongst you that you're going to serve. I send them. You're going to keep going. If you don't believe me, keep going.
And
Kind of
it's
kind.
like
Go ahead, bro.
real quick. I get confused because how when we want to speak out, it's hate.
Oh, yeah.
When really it's self-preservation.
Self-preservation.
That's what it is. It's self-preservation. Where hey, don't mess with those people because they don't like you.
Yeah.
Don't mess with those people because they want to kill you. We're not saying to go out and kill anybody.
No.
We're saying to love ourselves more than you love your enemy. As a matter of fact, don't even love your enemy. You understand? Hate them, hate their crimes, and love your own people.
That's all we're saying.
That's what we're saying.
They say it all the time.
Man.
Go ahead, bro.
Salaki, sir, if I may, what Officer Hadar was just saying kind of brought a thought into my mind in terms of how backwards this society is, because if we would tell our children not to behave like those people outside, then you're a protective parent. You're being a good parent. Don't do like them.
Right.
If I tell my children to do that. But if I tell my brothers, my neighbors, my sisters, don't go out there and be like your oppressor. Don't be like these people. Don't do these things. Because it's not, I'm not telling the neighbor's children not to be wicked. I'm not telling the oppressor not to be a homosexual. I'm telling my brother not to do that. But that's hate. That's me hating when I tell my brother to do right. When I tell my sister to not do wrong. That's what they call hate. But if I did it to my children, I'm a protective parent.
That's how society is. They want to group you in certain things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's just tell you how they got these scriptures messed up. And another point, if you told your kids don't talk to strangers, your kids turn around, it's not a stranger, you're probably gonna be upset with that kid.
Right.
You're gonna be like, what? It's not a stranger, that's a stranger. No, it's not, he's my friend. Let's see what that's gonna get him at.
Right.
That's
kind of a con.
No, they're strangers.
Right.
So yeah.
So. Just real quick, I kind of think Kendrick Lamar said it best. If it's not congratulate, then it sounds like hate.
Hate.
If it's not congratulate, then it sounds like hate. So it's like our people in society always want things to sound positive. That's how you understand. You see how you see online. Oh, no negative vibes, or positive vibes only. You understand? But really, a lot of times, like what you might seem as negative is to really help you out.
Right.
It's to help you out, but because you don't want to accept it.
Yeah.
A lot of times that's what it is. You don't want to accept the correction.
Yeah.
You understand? It's something as simple as, hey brother, you need to pull your pants up. You look kind of tacky.
They're ready to fight.
You ready to fight, but oh man, you hating. Why am I hating when I want you to look better?
Yeah.
You understand? Sis, you don't need to be sleeping with multiple men. Oh, you just hating because you can't be one of them. No, sis, I don't want other people to look at you in a negative light.
That all stems from what the Lord said, the law, statutes, commandments that we give. We just don't follow.
Right.
And so since we don't follow them, we think what we're doing is always right. And it's not wrong. But I know some of y'all out there saying, no, they're talking about enemies who people are coming against God. And those are the enemies. It's not talking about other nations. Well, let's just keep reading.
Right.
Let's keep reading. Keep going.
In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
We're going to want everything. Hunger and nakedness. Who do we got to go to get clothing from? It ain't a black man who owns the silk presses or the silk screenings.
Right.
It ain't them. Even to die, you got to go to who to get a death certificate.
Right.
My uncle has died. Show me proof. I got to give you a death certificate to bury him. To get married, you got to give certificates to get married. You have to go to the court. Now you have a piece of paper between you, your wife, and the state that you're from.
Right.
In all things that you got to go to these people. And then thirst. You're thirsty. You can't even put a bucket of rainwater outside to drip rain without the man coming around saying, hey, that's a fine. You got a permit for that. You got to pay for everything.
Right.
Everything you can't do nothing without getting a permit or permission from someone who's running this country.
Right.
Running this world. Running this empire. Keep going.
Khan. And he shall put a yoke of iron.
A what?
A yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
That's a twofold thing. Who do you know has yoke of iron around their neck? We got this twofold deal. Back in our slavery time, they put yokes of iron around their neck for what? Why do they do that? Anybody know why they put a yoke of iron around their neck? Go ahead, sis. Control. They try to stop you from running away.
Kind of a con.
You put that yoke of iron around your neck, you try to run through the woods, you get stuck in those woods, they come to get you. Let a little nigga run. Because we'll catch him. Because he has the yoke of iron around his neck. Now, the control they had, they took the yoke off our neck, and now they have control of our mind now.
Right.
Now they have control of our mind.
Right.
Now we live in a world, we know what we can't do. We know Shalom Christ, sir. We know we got to put our hands on steering wheel because you might get shot. We know that. We tell our children, we know now you hear the cop and the lights come on, you take off running. We know this because they done controlled us. They know we got to pay taxes on this, taxes. There's so much control that they don't need the iron around the neck no more because it's in our brain. The doctrine that we got going on. We don't even understand what the Lord has given us, the doctrine that he's given us, because we've been so indoctrinated with other stuff from our oppressor teaching this Bible that we learn this Bible through them. Most of us, if not all of us, learned this Bible through an oppressor. And I'm gonna show you how. We learned it because our pastors went to seminary school, and his pastor was of this nation.
Right.
They had to get PhDs and doctorates from who? These people who's pushing out a particular doctrine.
Right.
And you have to pass that doctrine to get that certificate saying that you can teach. Right. So once you learn that, now you come out here and teach your people the same thing.
Right.
So it keeps continuing. And now once you've learned it, now you send your mom sent you to church because she learned it, and it just keeps going on. So now the iron is not on our neck anymore, it's on our mind. It's in our brain. We got control of us already. But UPK on the Command Yahanna, we come in here to teach you the scripture for what it is, to break them chains on your neck.
All right.
To break them. That's why we speak freely here.
That's right.
Any one of our sisters and brothers, we speak freely, and we got jobs. We got slavers. We don't care. And we're going to speak it. My slave can turn on TV and see me on right now.
Right.
What can they do? I don't get. Let me go. Well, I'll find another slavery. That's just what we do. That's just what we are. So these people who put the iron. Think about who's putting the who we're going to for hunger and thirst and nakedness. Look at who we got. Who put an iron of yoke around our neck until we destroy. We're gonna keep getting some more. Keep going, brother.
Khan Adawan Khan. Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Man, this is so deep. I wish I had more time to get into this. Trust me. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar. Now you're talking about a different nation. We are a nation. We understand Israelites, Israel is a nation. He's going to bring a different nation from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle. Go into your history books and find out who has a symbol of an eagle. Right. You're going to find all your major players have symbols of eagles. Spain, eagle. Great Britain. All these people got America. All of them had the eagle. Right. They love this eagle.
Even Greece had it.
Even Greece. All of them love the eagle. So all these nations that's coming, but they all the same people. You understand? They just been chopped up in different places they live at and call themselves these things. But they all the same people. That's why they love this thing. And I can go so deep into this, but I won't have time to go through that. But they're going to bring a nation whose tongue they shall not understand. Before you came here, you were speaking, like we told you, Lashawan Kwadash. You were speaking in Hebrew.
Right.
This nation that came and put you into these traps, into these irons around your neck, they spoke a different language that you didn't understand. You didn't know what it was. Brothers and sisters, what I'm telling you is slavery is in the Bible.
Right.
Slavery is in the Bible. And we're going to get more into it. I hate that next week, we're going to start a little early so we can get through a lot of this stuff because this is so deep. Understand? We can't get through because we got to go out there and blaze on our oppressor.
Right.
But next week, I encourage y'all to stay tuned because you're going to find out what slavery is in the Bible. It's going to answer a bunch of questions that you always had in your mind. I didn't understand this until I came to the Bible.
Right.
When I came and heard them brothers teaching this, my mind changed all the way.
Right.
All the way because of these simple little verses right here. And so next week we're gonna expound more on it because we're gonna get to these different nations. All right. But in the meantime, we're gonna have to short it up. But does anybody got any questions going forward? Anybody got any questions? None? Oh, y'all waiting for next week, huh? Are y'all ready, huh? And next week, join in, tune in. I need some hands raised, asking questions. Because even you may not want a question, but people in Tik Tok and the YouTube world, they may want to know these questions. So do you have any questions going on up there? We good to go? All right, most time question. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and say the Lord's Prayer. and in the prayers. So, brothers, imagine, in Israel, imagine. Wait, give me a horn. Hurry.
La Yasharala.
Israel, imagine, which means to stand.
Bakwanam means to face the east. Sorry. It's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Wadah. I.S.U.P.K. Yahweh. Malakaka. Aba'ah. Ansayaka. I.S.U.P.K. Ba'aratazah. Kawah. Mashamayim. Lathan. Lanawa. Lakam. Cow. Yawam. Wasalaknawa. Kabuwaknawa. Kabuwaknawa. Wala'ah. Kabayanawa. Banasayawan. Abal. Awashayanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Lakab. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wazapara. I will Aman.
This is the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father. Which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And give us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. It is not to temptation. But deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
It's the prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai. Barak Lanawa. Wayas'Allah. Saparium. Ba'ashem Yahushai. The water. Aman.
The prayer to bless Israel in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Right. SARS. This means to turn. The Shabi means to be seated. All right. And with that, we'll all pass the class to Officer Gashan. Wrap it up.
Shalom, Israel. These are the I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is commandment. Book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. It means 10th in the Hebrew, my Asherah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount that you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation. Next is the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. The first day of the 7th month will be Friday the 15th, September. You also find the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. And we'd like to remind our human alcohol to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boot, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And we would like to ask you to Google the address whenever you come to the school. It's 3353 Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia. It helps out with the algorithm and helps get more promotion for the school. And with that, men of Israel, Amijam, which means stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amijam Shabbat. Amijam, Barak. And what I just said in the Hebrew, translated to the English, may the Lord, in the name of Christ, bless you. Yat Matat means hands down. SARS, we turn to the sisters. Sisters, Amijam, it means stand. Man, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amijam Shabbat. Amijam, Barak. Yahweh Shema Alatham Bashim Yahushai. And what I just said in the Hebrew translated to the English, may the Lord watch over you in the name of Christ. Yah Matah, please hands down. Class dismissed.
I got you.
For so long you've been sighing and crying, begging for justice, and here the Lord is bringing you justice right here to your streets.
City